What's up, everybody? It's the one and only Kenny Talk. In the building, like I always be. In the building, giving you that feeling, right? It's another great episode of what I like to call the moment of truth. Relationship truth. And I'm about to put it down because that's the only way I know how to do it, is to put it down. Welcome to another fabulous show, everybody. And let's jump right in. Okay, man, check this out. Today's moment of truth is dedicated to everybody out there that have that question. What's that question you talking about, Ken? From a lady's perspective, is he the one? Is he the one? How do you know if he's the one? I did a little bit of research, right? But first and foremost, I'm gonna tell you the reason why, what made me come up with this, decide to tackle this topic, to tell y'all what's real and to tell y'all what's right. Because that's what it's about. In other words, I'm gonna tell y'all what's right, what's widely accepted, and what's real, what's going on right now, right? The future, right? I wanna give it to you guys the way it should be given, in a realistic manner, because I don't sell dreams. I don't sugarcoat. And you heard it first, coming from the one and only relationship philosopher, the first of my kind, man. I'm proud to say that, right? Kenny Talk is in the building. So welcome to the moment of truth. So I want to start off by bringing it to your attention that I was looking on social media and I heard Steve Harvey telling Toni Braxton, y'all can find this clip. She asked him, well, how do you know when he's the one? And Steve said, you know he's the one, don't quote me on it, but this is, he said something. You know he the one when he can't breathe when you're not around. When he feel the need to go and check up on you, to call in, call you and to make sure you're good. Not on no stalker type stuff, he said, but just he really wants to take care of you. He really wants to be there for you. And when you're not around, he can't breathe. It's like he got to have his woman around. She said, he said, that's how you know he's the one. And I thought about that and I said, damn. Kenny Talk I can't leave my people like that, right? So I decided to go in and dive in and start with what's right. And that's what Steve was speaking about, what's right. Here's the second thing that we're going to talk about. What's right about knowing when he's the one. All right, the second thing is just like y'all heard from the movie Brothers, y'all remember that movie? That mother told Gabrielle Union, the actor at the time, he said, if a man gives you his last bite of food, right when he's about to eat his last piece of food, if you ask him for it and he give it to you, he's the one. He love you. I was like, okay, well, I'll go with that. We'll go with what's right. You know what I'm saying? It sounds right. Also, number three, he's considerate of your emotional state and attentive to your needs and wants consistently. That's how you know he the one. Number four, he's respectful of you and his mom, his parents, very respectful, as well as your parents like him. Hey, I like him. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know he's the one. All right. His goals align with yours via family and lifestyle. That's how you know he the one. All right, next. He expresses his love for you emotionally. He knows how to do it emotionally and materialistically. That's how you know he the one. He put his money where his mouth is. So let's go back to Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey actually spoke about he can't breathe around you, right? And that is big, right? When you meet a guy that can't breathe around you. That brings me to what's real. And that's what the moment of truth is about. It's something, this is what's going on in my head. Left brain, right brain. What's right and what's real. Here's what's real, ladies and gentlemen. I'm finna drop it on you real quick. And I'm gonna get you back to your day because guess what? This is only a moment of truth that I'm giving you. Check it out, relationship truth. First and foremost, the word, I'm gonna give you a word. 2 words. Emotional character. Emotional character. I'm probably the first person that ever put those together. You heard it first on the Moment of Truth. Okay. Emotional character is how a person acts, behaves, perceives life from their emotional perspective. Right there. Everybody has their own emotional character, right? But what Steve was actually saying is that just like a lot of women believe that if you can get a man to act outside of his normal emotional character because of you, then he the one. You know what I'm saying? Right. So basically, we have to say to ourselves, we have to stop, this real, considering that love. Because number one, I can act outside of my emotional character, ladies, for a short period of time. That's all it really takes. When we meet each other, we start dating, a couple of weeks pass. If I'm consistent acting outside of my emotional state, if I'm consistent at doing it, I will lead you to believe that I'm the one. You'll want to deal with me, right? So, but during this stage, attraction is just crazy. So we can't just base it off of that, right? Okay, if you get him away from his emotional character, what he really is, to switch to something else, there's only a matter of time to where he's gonna go back to his comfort zone. And that's what frustrates people, because you start off like this, you said this, you used to act like this, you did all this to get me. Now that you got me, you don't want to do that no more. So they say the best way to keep a woman is to keep doing what you did to get her, right? But you have to understand, a man will go outside of his emotional character or do whatever it actually takes or what he feels to do for the hunt. Keeping it real. For the catch, right? But if you get him outside of his emotional character, and a lot of women want this, you have to understand that he's going to start to act slightly different. Because his emotional character is what led you to him or made you like him in the first place. So his emotional character is going to have him start to act different, start to see things different, start to behave different. And these behaviors you may like or may not like. You may not like him the way he acts, right? All right. Last but not least. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. You got to say to yourself, if I get this person outside of their emotional character, if I get this person outside of their emotional character, there's only a moment of time to where they're going to, a matter of time, and where they're going to revert back to pretty much who they are. And that's what we all do. And that's what people get hurt. So I promise you in this moment, I was going to answer your question. Here's the answer to your question. How do you know that he is the one? Kenny Talk, relationship philosopher. You had us listening. Tell us, how do you know that he's the one? Okay, you know he's the one because you'll be willing to take the most shit from him. Excuse me, I had to say that. Because when relationships, there's a lot of crap come out, right? There's a lot of stuff we have to deal with. It's a lot of stuff we deal with from our lovers, right? When we in relationships. So the bottom line is that person that you're willing to take the most crap from, your long list of deal breakers becomes a short list when you're dealing with him. That's how you know he the one. And last but not least, if you questioning this, and you getting advice from people, and you are never leaving, and you still there, you say he did this, he hurt your feelings, you telling your girlfriends say leave him, and you at the point to where you just so mad, but then 6 months pass, and you be like, yeah, girl, we going on vacation next month. That's how you know it's real. That's how you know he the one. You don't want to go nowhere. And ain't nothing wrong with that, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. So now, I took the time out to provide y'all with this moment of truth. It's time for what I like to call the final thought. Now, the final thought is what I jump into, where we discuss in my own little way. I do it in like a spoken word way. I sum up everything. How do you know he's the one? How do you know he the one, Kenny Talk? I just told you. Your long list of deal breakers with this guy becomes short. You put up with more crap from him because you love him. And you ain't going nowhere. If you ain't made a decision to go nowhere, then you know that's the one. That's the one you like. I'm sorry. It's real simple. That's the relationship truth, the moment of truth. So check it out. All right, the final thought goes as follows. Now they say if you're not sure if he's the one, he's probably not. Some believe this, but many of us are skeptics. Many have been involved with each other for a long time and still question, but have never made their way towards the exit. Now some take the first stage of a relationship to be real, when how they act and what they say have you convinced. But to believe the words and actions of someone that's trying to win your heart, win your time, attention, and body just doesn't make sense. They don't. Now you have to wait until he settles deep within his comfort zone. Watch his actions and his words from there. Give him time. Keep your emotions in check. Don't listen to your family and what your friends think. It would all be clear to you if you observe the signs. All right. Now, if his love for you is the reason he acts outside of his emotional character, it's only a matter of time that he may revert. We fall head over heels when a man makes this type of commitment, which leads to so many of us getting hurt. That's the moment of truth today. It was a pleasure serving you because that's what I do. The relationship philosopher, Kenny Talk. Go to their YouTube channel, Kenny Talk Radio, WKTE. Subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that we going in. It's the relationship truth that I'm dropping. It is the moment of truth, the relationship truth. I'm going to continue to wake up on the side of the solution, and I'm going to do what I do and keep looking good at it. Salute until I see you next time. That's the moment of relationship truth. Got it.